Hello everyone, my name is Paola. I'm here with Cypress TV, and today we have a very special guest. He's the new star of the new film Blood Money. Please welcome Pablo Zirignano.
Thank you for having me. How's it going today?
Good, everything's good. But first I gotta say, I love the fit, especially with the Crocs and the suit. Chef's kiss.
Yeah, thank you. I take inspiration from honestly myself. I just love to dress and might mix a little bit of comfort with a little bit of like exclusivity. So I got the top is all exclusive, formal, and then you got the Crocs. But you can't forget about the jibbits.
Great, I love that. Now, anyway, we're gonna hop right into the questions. So, first question for you is, so Pablo, please tell me how did this video came out to be and why this topic?
Yeah, great question actually. Basically, since the producers of this film include myself, yours truly, and along with my co-stars Luisa and Mateo, it was basically just a bunch of us just sitting down in a room brainstorming about what we could make out of this project opportunity. And honestly, we just sat and we thought about things that we liked, and we found out that we all have in common the fact that we enjoy like narco series, like Pablo Escobar and Narcos, and like all those and Chapo, like all those series, all those not mass productions, sorry, productions on Netflix. They do tend to do really good, and we are also fans of it. So we said, why not make up this topic about action and just involve, like a couple of things from cartels, and then we ended up having a cartel idea.
Okay, nice. Now, on a more serious note, like how does your product use challenge conventions, and how does this represent social groups or issues?
Okay, like this is a question that we do get a lot and we did expect. But yeah, like this is still an ongoing issue around the world, like especially in third world countries and even second world countries or first world countries. Like I can cite examples like the one we use in the film. We represent Mexico and Colombia, which are two countries that undergo a lot, like the severity of the issue between cartels and narcos and kidnappings and killings. Like it's a really big issue, and I feel like our movie, even though it in a way incites it because we're not doing really anything against it, I feel like it does still bring awareness around about the fact that this is still an issue that happens around the world. And despite that, us as actors, we are, putting on a show, it's still a real world issue, and we should bring more awareness towards it.
Okay, nice. Now, so what are these characters? Like, who are they? How do they contribute to the story? Most importantly, who is your character, and how do you relate to him in a way?
Okay, yeah, basically it's there's not that many characters, it's not that confusing. But mainly we have the two main characters being Don Toro, played by Luis, and Don Mateo, played by Mateo.
So, how did your production skills, not just yours, but also like the entire groups, how did it change throughout the filmmaking process as well as post production?
I would say, like over the production of the film, we did learn a lot of things from other people. We kept watching tutorials and things of how to make something look as professional as possible. Not just that, but we took inspiration from past projects, um, as well as other class members within not just our class but different periods. We took inspiration from them, learning like the types of shots they're doing, like developing things the way they're doing, and we pick a little bit out of everywhere and we make our own. So yeah.
Okay, nice. So how does your product engage with audiences, and how would it be distributed as a real media text?
Again, I feel like since it's meant for such a specific group of people, despite we made it as general as we could, Um, I feel like a way we could distribute it is through platforms such as Netflix or just TV providers that are willing to, give us some exposure. Because at the end of the day, we are up and coming. We're not nearly as popular as those big name brands such as Marvel or Universal. So we do have to, stick with what we can, and I feel like that would be a proper way to do so.
Okay, that's honestly awesome. Now this is the final question, but how did you integrate like different like technologies and into this project, and how would you explain the whole experience with working with all these different like technologies? Like maybe it was either online or some kind of software.
Okay, great question. As I mentioned before, we did have the advantage of having a little, like iPhones, because since we are a low production, um, we have to do with what we can again. And an advantage we had is that we had the cinematic mode of the iPhone. That is definitely something we did take advantage of, as well as point .5 just to get like a broader angle of a different shot and all those things. We took advantage of the stability mode on the iPhone. We also used things such as tripods and everything just to keep everything as steady as we can. But yeah, besides that, not many technologies were implemented. Besides that, I would guess maybe just some research online about how to get into character, how to be more like a cartel member. Just yeah.
Wow, nice. Thank you for coming to talk to me, and I can't wait to watch the film, and I hope everyone else also watches the film. So, thank you.